All right, guys, welcome back to the channel. My name is Nick, and in today's video, we're going to go over part 2 of part 1 of the master key system. So 1.2, as you can see here. So let's go ahead and see what we're going to be learning today. So 3 things we're going to be learning today. How is the individual related to the universal mind? What is the universal mind? And how can someone act on the universal mind? So without further ado, I'm going to hop right into it and waste no more time. And then towards the end of the video, we're going to go ahead and answer those questions. And as always, go ahead and leave a comment so we can discuss these questions and answers later on. So let's go ahead and get started. We are related to the world within by the subconscious mind. The solar plexus is the organ of this mind. The sympathetic system of nerves presides over all subjective sensations such as joy, fear, love, emotion, respiration, imagination, and other subconscious phenomena. It is through the subconscious mind that we are connected with the universal mind and brought into relation with the infinite constructive forces of the universe. It is the coordination of these 2 centers of our being and the understanding of their function which is the great secret of life. With this knowledge, we can bring the objective and subjective minds into conscious cooperation and thus coordinate the finite and the infinite. Our future is entirely within our own control. It is not at the mercy of any capricious or uncertain external power. All agree that there is but one principle or consciousness pervading the entire universe, occupying all space and being essentially the same in kind at every point of its presence. It is all-powerful, all-wisdom, and always present. All thoughts and things are within itself. It is all in all. There is but one consciousness in the universe able to think, and when it thinks, its thoughts become objective things to it. As this consciousness is omnipresent, it must be present within every individual. Each individual must be a manifestation of that omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent consciousness. So one more time, that was really good. This consciousness is omnipresent. It must be present within every individual. Each individual must be a manifestation of that omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent consciousness. As there is only one consciousness in the universe that is able to think, it is necessarily follows that your consciousness is identical with the universal consciousness, or in other words, all mind is one mind. There is no dodging this conclusion. It goes back to everything is one. We're all one. We all come from the one source, the one I am, one God. The consciousness that focuses in your brain cells is the same consciousness which focuses in the brain cells of every other individual. Each individual is but the individualization of the universal, the cosmic mind. The universal mind is static or potential energy. It simply is. It can manifest only through the individual, and the individual can manifest only through the universal. They are one. The ability of the individual to think is his ability to act on the universal and bring it into manifestation. Human consciousness consists only in the ability of man to think. Mind in itself is believed to be a subtle form of static energy, from which arises the activities called thought, which is the dynamic phase of mind. Mind is static energy. Thought is dynamic energy, the 2 phases of the same thing. Thought is therefore the vibratory force formed by converting static mind into dynamic mind. As the sum of all attributes are contained in the universal mind, which is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent, these attributes must be present at all times in their potential form in every individual. Therefore, when the individual thinks, the thought is compelled by its nature to embody itself in an objectivity or condition which will correspond with its origin. Every thought, therefore, is a cause, and every condition an effect. For this reason, it is absolutely essential that you control your thoughts, so as to bring forth only desirable conditions. All power is from within, and is absolutely under your control. It comes through exact knowledge and by the voluntary exercises of exact principles. It should be plain that when you acquire a thorough understanding of this law and are able to control your thought processes, you can apply it to any condition. In other words, you will have come into conscious cooperation with the omnipotent law, which is the fundamental basis of all things. The universal mind is the life principle of every atom which is in existence. Every atom is continually striving to manifest more life. All are intelligent, and all are seeking to carry out the purpose for which they are created. A majority of mankind lives in the world without. Few have found the world within, and yet it is the world within that makes the world without. It is therefore creative, and everything which you find in your world without has been created by you in the world within. That's very important. Let me go ahead and read that one more time. It is therefore creative, and everything which you find in your world without has been created by you in your world within. This system will bring you into a realization of power which will be yours when you understand this relation between the world without and the world within. The world within is the cause and the world without the effect. To change the effect, you must change the cause. You will at once see that this is a radically new and different idea. Most men try to change effects by working with effects. They fail to see that it is simply changing one form of distress for another. To remove discord, we must remove the cause, and this cause can be found only in the world within. All growth is from within. This is evident in all nature. Every plant, every animal, every human is a living testimony to this great law, and the error of the ages is in looking for strength or power from without. The world within is the universal fountain of supply, and the world without is the outlet to the stream. Our ability to receive depends upon our recognition of this universal fountain. This infinite energy of which each individual is an outlet, and so is one with every other individual. Recognition is a mental process. Mental action is therefore the interaction of the individual upon the universal mind, and as the universal mind is the intelligence which pervades all space and animates all living things, this mental action and reaction is the law of causation. But the principle of causation does not obtain in the individual but in the universal mind. It is not an objective faculty but a subjective process, and the results are seen in an infinite variety of conditions and experiences. In order to express life, there must be mind. Nothing can exist without mind. Everything which exists is some manifestation of this one basic substance from which and by which all things have been created and are continually being recreated. We live in the fathomless sea of plastic mind substance. This substance is ever alive and active. It is sensitive to the highest degree. It takes form according to the mental demand. Thought forms the mold or matrix from which the substance expresses. Remember that it is in the application alone the value consists, and that a practical understanding of this law will substitute abundance for poverty, wisdom for ignorance, harmony for discord, and freedom for tyranny. And certainly there can be no greater blessing than these from a material and social standpoint. Now make the application. Select a room where you can be alone and undisturbed. Sit erect comfortably, but do not lounge. Let your thoughts roam where they will, but be perfectly still for from 15 minutes to half an hour. Continue this for 3 or 4 days or for a week until you secure full control of your physical being. Many will find this extremely difficult. Others will conquer with ease, but it is absolutely essential to secure complete control of the body before you are ready to progress. Next week, you will receive instructions for the next step. In the meantime, you must have mastered this one. All right, guys. So let me go over that one more time so we can go ahead and practice that together. And every week we will be going, every few days we'll be going over different practices like this that you can get better at actually meditating, manifesting, creating clear imaginal scenes for yourself. So select a room where you can be alone and undisturbed. Sit erect comfortably, but do not lounge. Let your thoughts roam where they will, but be perfectly still for from 15 minutes to half an hour. Continue this for 3 or 4 days or for a week until you secure full control of your physical being. So start off with 15 minutes, guys, and then work your way up. And the whole process is basically you want to clear your mind of thoughts. Just sit erect, you know what I mean? And just breathe basically. So that, and we're going to be building on top of that on each part has a different section to build on top of that. So it'll all make sense in the end. So let's go over what we learned in this section. So number 1, how is the individual related to the universal mind? The individual is related to the universal mind by the subconscious mind. The solar plexus is the organ of this mind. So the universal mind is basically the mind of God. So how are we related to the mind of God? How can we communicate with the mind of God? And that is through the subconscious mind. And I'm going to make some more videos explaining more in detail about the subconscious mind. There's a lot of studies, there's a lot of documentaries, there's a lot of things out there that actually explain the subconscious mind, and it's very, very, very interesting and powerful. So I'll be sure to go ahead and make some more videos about that, explaining that. But that is how we are related to the universal minds, how we're all related to the universal mind, and how things come to be. So number 2, what is the universal mind? The universal mind is the life principle of every atom which is in existence. So just like I just said, it's the life principle of every atom which is in existence. So there's a spark of life, there's a spark of God in each and everything that is out here, and that is the universal mind. And number 3, how can someone act on the universal mind? The ability of the individual to think is his ability to act upon the universal mind and bring it into manifestation. So this is very important, guys. In today's day and age, unfortunately, people don't think for themselves. There's a thing called herd mindset that's going on around everywhere. So your ability to think is your ability to actually bring whatever you want into manifestation. So make sure to always think for yourself. Take information from here, put it together and make your own conclusion. Don't ever just take anybody's blind advice, not even my blind advice, and take it as the truth or whatever. Come up with the truth on your own, and that is your ability to think. And with that ability to think, you'll be able to manifest using the universal mind, which is related to the subconscious mind. So it all goes together in flow. So that is the end of the video, guys. I want to thank you guys for watching once again. And if you enjoyed that video, please leave a like so this can get out to more people on the algorithm on YouTube, and we can help more people out, spread this knowledge, and have more discourse. And go ahead and tap that subscribe button and help us with our current goal to reach 1,000 subscribers. Fingers crossed, by the time you're actually watching this, we're well past 1,000 subscribers and we are at 100,000, 10,000, 50,000, whatever the case is. We're going to keep climbing and keep building together and build this tribe and continue to educate and awaken the masses. So if you have any questions on anything we just discussed or anything that I talk about in my channel, you can always email me directly at info@tycoontalk.xyz, or you can leave a comment in the comment section below. I read all the comments and I try to get back to all the emails as soon as possible. So, any questions, go ahead and send them over to me and let me know any topics you want me to cover or go more in depth about. If I didn't make something clear or I explained something a little too fast, I read it a little too fast, whatever the case is. Any critiques as well, man. I'm trying to get better at this as well. This is a new experience for me. So just let me know. And I'll be sure to make that change or make that video for you guys. And all of my links to all my socials, online store, everything else in between is in the description box below. And if you like this video, be sure to check out the other videos I make on this channel where I talk about making money with cryptocurrency, real cryptocurrency, not the fake scammy stuff, how to fix your credit, the financial markets, and much more. It's a bunch of information you cannot Google. So that is what I like a lot about the stuff that I'm learning and teaching, is you can't really find this mainstream. You can't find this on Google. So be sure to go ahead and check out those videos. They're all in playlists. So if you go to my channel, just scroll over to the playlist and you'll be able to find everything perfectly organized. And that's it, guys. I want to thank you guys once again and send infinite abundance to you now and forever, my friends. I'll see you again tomorrow. Peace.